The Convergence of the Twain, by Thomas Hardy, is a poem that explores the themes of human pride and the inevitability of fate. The poem describes the sinking of the Titanic, and the way in which the ship's fate was converged, or brought together with the fate of the natural world, in this case, an iceberg. The poem is structured in stanzas of 8 lines each, with a rhyme scheme of ABABBCBC. The first stanza sets the scene and describes the Titanic, which is portrayed as a symbol of human pride and arrogance. The ship is described as a leviathan, that is, majestic, strong, and full of luxury. The stanza ends with the ominous line, "And as the smart ship grew, in stature, grace, and hue, in shadowy silent distance grew the iceberg too." The second stanza describes the iceberg, which is portrayed as a phantom, that is, cumbrous, age-bent, and immense. The iceberg is described in terms of its natural beauty and its place in the natural world, with lines such as, "the wealth of its lustreless heaven," and "its own titanic wreck in ruin laid." The third stanza brings the two entities together, describing how the Titanic and the iceberg converged, or met in the midst of the ocean. The lines, "And as the smart ship grew, in stature, grace, and hue, the iceberg came in view, and the expiational spirit that plagued her went away," suggest that the ship's pride and arrogance were punished by the natural world, which in turn led to its sinking. The fourth and final stanza reflects on the aftermath of the disaster, with lines such as, "And as the smart ship grew, in stature, grace, and hue, the iceberg rose between us and them, like a strain, embodied and self-possessed, of the Canorous choir." The imagery in these lines suggests that the ship and the iceberg are forever linked, and that the disaster has become a part of the natural world itself. Overall, The Convergence of the Twain is a powerful poem that explores the themes of human pride, fate, and the relationship between humans and the natural world. The language is rich and evocative, and the imagery is haunting and memorable. The poem is also notable for its use of repetition and parallelism, which reinforces the idea that the Titanic and the iceberg are forever linked, and that the disaster is an inevitable part of the natural world.